How did I get here? I spent most of my life in a tug of war with food and being overweight, dieting, restricting, trying a whole bunch of different plans. And for a long time, I thought that willpower alone would be enough to get me through. But now I'm older and I'm realizing that willpower is not enough. My body has changed in ways that I can't ignore. And recently injuring my knee was a wake up call that I didn't see coming. That moment of injury forced me to rethink everything. I realized that I didn't want to just lose weight. Of course, I still want that. I wanted to be able to move without pain, to feel good in my skin, and to have a better quality of life now at 60 and for years from now. Something needed to change. So, a little over a month ago, I made the decision to start GLP-1 medication. For me specifically, it was Wegovy, otherwise known as semaglutide. The decision wasn't easy and it definitely wasn't impulsive because I did have some preconceived notions about using medication to help me lose weight. But this was a culmination of all of my previous years of struggling to combat my unhealthy relationship with food and emotions and unsuccessful attempts to become who I felt like inside, but who I also no longer resembled. I've been filming this journey from day one, and now I'm ready to share it. This first video that you're going to watch is my story. It's my history with food, my struggle with weight, and the moment that everything shifted. I hope it helps someone feel a little less alone. Hi, my name is Maggie. I've decided to go on a Wegovy journey, and I am waiting for pre-authorization. While I am waiting for that, I will kind of document my feelings and my decisions about taking this path and about how I got here, and maybe just like introduce you guys to me. But I would film it at least to begin with, because YouTube is where I go to find information and hopefully, a lot of real life stories. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the email that I sent to my doctor. Basically, I sent her an email and I said, look, I'm 60 years old this year. I was just at my appointment with my gastroenterologist. Just a little background, I have gastritis issues and I'm on watch for Barrett's esophagus due to excessive GERD. I had asked at that appointment if any of the GLP-1s would be aggravating to my stomach, because it's been a long journey back from acid reflux and all kinds of issues. And so they said I was pretty healed up and that you really wouldn't know unless you took them, but people take them pretty well. So I used that as a starting point with my primary and said, I was over at the gastroenterologist and things are looking good. And I asked them and they said they thought it would be okay if I explored GLP-1s. I also told her, I said I'm 60 years old. Right now I'm 129 pounds. I've been able to diet my way down to 188 and right back up again. And the crux of it is that I'm 60 and this is not a battle I want to keep having. This is not something that I want to keep doing over and over again. My own history is that I do really well on keto, and I actually did excellent on the carnivore diet back before it was popular. My husband and I have both done Atkins. I joined a group called Zeroing In on Health, and the motto was, eat beef and drink water. And I did all that, and I got down to the 170s, and if you've ever done that type of diet, you actually look a lot thinner than you weigh because you don't have any inflammation. I just didn't maintain it. In the past 3 years, I've been 240, 242, and 188, and everything in between. And, thinking about trying to get a grip again on my weight situation and being overweight and trying to lose it, I'm exhausted. I just think I need help when I get to that point where there's certain numbers, or I've been doing it for a certain length of time, and I start to wane and things creep back. And a lot of that is discipline, but now I've been exploring about whether a lot of it's discipline, but what if a lot of it isn't? It's just I'm really just at my limit right now. I have very few clothes that fit me. I do not want to buy another bra in a larger size. I strained my knee recently, and I just don't want to be that weight where it starts to create other hardships and other physical ailments. So the doctor said, I'll prescribe you Wegovy. I have patients that have done really well on it. 2 patients had pancreatitis, but otherwise most people have very, very few side effects and do well on it. And so I was so excited, and I was waiting for the prescription to show up, and got a message from the pharmacy that they need pre-approval. And then I got a call from one of the nurses at the doctor's office saying, come in, we'll do a full physical, because I hadn't been there since November. We'll do a full physical because they need a pre-authorization. And so now it's been 3 weeks since I thought of it. So now I'm really anxious to get going. I'm getting a little aggravated with the whole process. The test came back, my cholesterol's a little high, and I'm still heavy. I'm 229 something. I am 5'4". I'll tell you that I did not have any type of huge weight problem when I was a child, into my teens. I definitely was a junk food junkie. Me and my friend would go to the deli, and I'd get all kinds of snack cakes and whatever else, but it never seemed to really have a huge effect. I did grow up in an era where everybody was trying to squeeze into Jordache jeans, so and Calvin Klein's and things like that. So there is a stigma, I guess. My mom was an original Weight Watcher, and she struggled with her weight. I had my first child at 23, and I think I gained about 30 pounds when I had her. I guess after I had her, I kept some of that weight. I'm going to say probably I was, around 135, 140. Maybe even a little more, 150. I would wear long mini skirts, long denim skirts, not long, above the knee. And I did all right. And I still had my little bits of being able to wear something more mini, and, having to lay down on the bed to zip jeans, I guess that was just a thing back then. Probably 5 years after I had my first child. It's probably when I started getting into the Weight Watchers thing, and trying to go, and always trying to keep below a certain weight. And then in my early 30s, I was 168 when I got married to my husband. When I married him, I had already had 2 more children with him, and then we decided to get married. I got my weight down to 168. I can remember that because I remember shopping for a wedding dress, and those pictures, I look like I'm still pregnant in them. So with each child, I gain more weight, and I don't blame it on that at all. I blame it on how I ate before, during, after, and my whole life. So generally, since then, if I've dieted, I've usually been in my 220s, and I've usually gone down into the 180s. It gets close to being in the 170s, then everything just bounces right back up. I don't know if I have what's called food noise. I've never really called it that, but here's what I'll tell you. When I used to do Weight Watchers, and I used to try and do stuff with my weight, I would really need people not to bring the food I couldn't eat into the house. The minute the food I couldn't eat was in the house, I had to eat it. I had to walk past it, and I'll take a little bite and walk past it again. And the people who were bringing it in, they would bring it in and have like, you know, one portion, and then it would be sitting there until I ate all of it, until I ate all of it gone. So maybe that's food noise, I don't know. Like, in other words, oh, you're not hungry, but oh, it's there, and it's calling you, and it's speaking to you. I guess I'm gonna find out. I'll find out if that is what food noise is. We'll see how that goes. So I figure I'm probably wearing a size 18-20, 1X, 2X right now. When I was last really successful on the zero carb, beef only, meat only diet, I think I got down to a size 10 and felt really good at that weight. I don't have a goal weight in mind. I'm thinking that for 5'4", I could be maybe down around 150, but I can't even really think that far right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and do some type of planner. I really stink at planners, at entries and all of that, but I think I'll probably do a check-in once a week. And in order to do that check-in, I'll keep a tracker so that I can talk about it. You know, I'll talk about what dose shot I took, where I took it, if I had trouble pooping. These seem to be the subjects, right? What I ate, did I feel sick? I'm going to try and keep track of all of that in order to document it for you and for myself. Always before, I was able to kind of carry my weight even if I was overweight. And what I'm finding now is I can't get my bra on and off unless I shimmy it up, okay? Like the clasping it and turning it around and putting it on, that does not work. I think I said this before, I have very few clothes now because some clothes that I have are way too small, and I'm not gonna buy any more larger clothes. And so I have what I have, and they're either gonna get smaller or I don't know what. Yeah, so I was able to, you know, carry my weight and move around easy enough. And now what I'm finding is I'm having trouble breathing. I was always a loud breather, but I just feel like I'm here in North Carolina, and I feel like the heat and the weight are like colliding and just really giving me a hard time. I'm a little worried about things like, you know, flabby skin and all of that, but you know, I feel like every 10 years I said things like, oh, I'm 30 now and I'm gonna really, and now I'm 40 and I'm gonna really do it this time, and I'm 50, and you know what, now I'm 60, and now I need to take the resources that are available in the medical world. And I was watching somebody, and what they said was, well, you know, they did say like obesity is a disease, and I come from a generation where, you know, addiction wasn't necessarily considered a disease, obesity wasn't necessarily considered a disease, it was considered like unhealthy, but I think we just had a different way of looking at it, and I think that everybody just always thought it was willpower, and that willpower has really gotten me nowhere. When I was successful, it was because I was on a diet that did not create craving. It was automatically lowering calories, and it really, really worked, and I really, really enjoyed it, and I just can't seem to recapture that. So I'm gonna go on Wegovy, and I'm going to probably do kind of like a keto, but also if I can keep my portions small enough, maybe not eliminate all those things that always called to me. You know, maybe just learn how to have just a few of something or a little of something, and you know, enjoy eating and not have all these taboos and triggers, and I don't even know what's going to happen, but you know, I just thought I'd document it on a video, and we'll see how it goes. If I get approved, we'll find out this week, and I will probably do another video the day I do my first injection. In the meantime, I'm going to get electrolytes. I'm going to probably get some Gas X or Beano or whatever you want to call it. I don't think I'm going to get any like fiber or that kind of thing. I'm just going to try and make sure that I'm going to practice now increasing my water and increasing my protein. So I have Greek yogurt, I'm doing waters, I have electrolytes, and I'll practice now, enjoy a few binges and whatever now, and try and get myself a little cleaner 2 days before the shot, and I'll see you back then. Have a great day. Here are some before photos that I took while I was in the Walmart bathroom. The first set shows that I resorted to wearing very loose shirts. Not that it makes me look any smaller, but it's more comfortable. And the next set of photos are just more form-fitting clothes that really show my shape.